We did it, y'all. We survived January 2025. Let's go. But no, really, I don't know what it is about January each and every year, but it makes you feel all 31 of those days. It's ridiculous. But now that January's out of the way, let's talk about some of the stuff that I'm really looking forward to this year. Now, I'm obviously not going to have enough time to cover everything that I'm looking forward to this year, but I kind of want to stick to one game that I'm really looking forward to, one manga series that I'm looking forward to finishing this year, and one anime/movie that I'm really looking forward to. But first, because I can't help myself, let me give you some honorable mentions. Dandadan Season 2. Plain and simple. I think that the first couple episodes really did an amazing job with the source material, and I absolutely cannot wait to see the next arc animated. I think it'll do really well. I mean, first season did really well globally, but I think this one's going to do even better. Well, it'll still do really good. How about we'll put it like that. Second thing, Gachiakuta, I think that's how you pronounce it. I've heard really good things about the manga and the power system, so I'm looking forward to seeing it animated. I'll probably read it at some point this year, but I think it'll do well. Again, the manga readers have tried to put me onto it. I think it'll do well, and I think I'll enjoy it. And the final thing that I want to give a shout out to is the My Hero Academia final season. I have caught up with the anime, and I have finished reading the manga. Now, I was a little disappointed with the My Hero ending, but I think that the anime will do it justice, just like it did some of the other moments that I was not too sure about when I was reading the manga. I mean, if the anime can get me hyped up over the gentle criminal moment, I think that this anime can do wonders for the series, and I think it'll end really well. And if it doesn't, that just means that My Hero is going to get clowned on more than it already does. But with all that said, let's get into what I am really looking forward to this year. First thing being a game that I've been looking forward to for a couple years now, and that is Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I wasn't the biggest Monster Hunter kid when I was growing up. I grew up on Pokemon, I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I didn't play a Monster Hunter game until I think I was 13. It was one of the 3DS games, but the first Monster Hunter game that I really sunk my teeth into, just like everybody else, was Monster Hunter World. Released 7 whole years ago in 2018, Monster Hunter World really made me into a fan of the series. Now I think I only sunk about 60 hours into World, which is really a drop in the bucket compared to some other people, but that to me was a lot. And I think the main reason why I stopped playing World was because my friends stopped playing it, first and foremost, but I also remember when whatever the Ice expansion was called, came out. I tried getting back into it, but it wasn't the same without a party. And then Persona 5 Royal came out about a month later, and that was about that. Now, why did Persona 5 Royal take me away from Monster Hunter World? Well, I played 200 hours of that game, and I have no further notes. I was also in college when World was out, so I had a pretty limited amount of time between my part-time job at the time and being a full-time student to get any more hours in. But now that I am a full-grown adult with responsibilities, I guess I should probably have more manageable time to play Wilds. But tangent aside, I think Wilds looks sick. The monsters look great, the armor sets, the weapons, everything looks great. And most importantly of all, the Palicos are absolutely adorable, as per usual. They look awesome. So I'm really looking forward to Wilds this year. I think it'll be a really good party experience with some of my friends, and it's just going to be classic Monster Hunter, where you go and defeat the same monster 80 times to get one crafting piece. There's just a method to the madness. But that's enough about Monster Hunter. Now I want to get into one of the manga that I'm really looking forward to finishing this year. And that manga series is Dorohedoro. Now for those who are unaware, Dorohedoro is one of those manga series that are really hard to explain, but they're easy to recommend. It just depends. And at its most basic components, Dorohedoro is a manga about Kaiman and Nikaido. Now, Kaiman is this huge dude with the head of a lizard, and he loves gyoza. And Nikaido is the owner of a restaurant who makes gyoza, so they're best friends. And again, without giving too much away, this is a story about trying to get Kaiman's memories back because he suffers from amnesia. He doesn't know why his head is a lizard. That man probably couldn't even tell you what he ate for breakfast that morning, so. But it was probably gyoza. But again, that's Dorohedoro at its most basic core, and it's a manga that I typically recommend to somebody who really wants something a little grittier than your typical shonen. Now, I know that the manga ended back in 2018, but I picked it up, I think it was 2022 when I started reading it, and I've just been slowly chugging away at it. I'm currently on volume 20, and I have all of them. It's just a matter of sometimes reading is hard. But I'm really excited to finish it. It's a manga that has a lot of the things that I like in a series. It's got great characters, although I feel like there's a little too many at times. It's gritty, it's got good artwork, and it's silly when it needs to be. And shout out to Q Hayashida for coming up with a very interesting premise and a very interesting power system. Sorcery in this world is not your run-of-the-mill Harry Potter stuff. I mean, sorcerers in this world cast smoke, and the spells and sorceries that come from that are always really unique, and I appreciate that. Once I've finished Dorohedoro, I fully intend on reading Dai Dark afterwards, which is Q Hayashida's other pretty well-known work, I would say. Now to finish off, I really want to talk about the anime movie that I'm looking forward to most this year. And at this time, without a shadow of a doubt, I am super excited for the Rize arc, the Chainsaw Man movie. Now, based on its popularity in the West, I don't believe that Chainsaw Man needs any introduction, but in case you guys didn't know, Chainsaw Man is Tatsuki Fujimoto's ongoing shonen manga series about a boy with a chainsaw in his head. Granted, that synopsis is a huge understatement as to what exactly goes on in Chainsaw Man, but it's the bare minimum that I could provide. Now, I'm really excited for the movie, not only because I thought that Chainsaw Man Season 1 was actually pretty good, but also I think the Rize arc is my favorite arc from Part 1 of Chainsaw Man. I personally love the dynamic, especially towards the beginning of the relationship between Rize and Denji. But I also really enjoy it because it kind of puts the finale of Part 1 into motion. And honestly, I don't know how Mappa do it, but visually speaking, I think that the movie is, although taking a different approach, it still looks amazing. I'm just super excited to see more of Tatsuki Fujimoto's work, one on the big screen, but in general, it being animated. So with all that said, I'm really excited to see just a couple things this year. So let me know what you guys think. What are you guys excited for in 2025? Is there a particular game, manga series, anime that you're really looking forward to coming out? Or is there something else entirely different that you guys are looking forward to this year? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the continued support. If you like what you see, drop a like, share the video, or subscribe. This has been Sagi Taco, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Hasta luego.